Sure. So my name is Ndabenhle Junior Ngulube. I am one of the co-founders and Chief Development Officer here at Pineapple.
I am Sizwe and Ndabenhle, the CTO here at Pineapple, also a co-founder.
For me, the term multi-channel insurance basically means providing the ability for people to either get a quote or insure their belongings using various channels. This can either be via digital channels, it can either be more traditional channels such as an activation or call center or so forth, but basically opening up your product and making it available to customers and giving them the freedom and empowering them to interface with your products using whatever channel makes more sense to them. For me, customer centricity means putting every single decision that you make, putting the customer first rather, with respect to every single decision that you make. It makes no sense to make a decision and only consider the customer at the last step, because you might end up going down a path that actually isn't conducive to the customer at all. So customer centricity to me means having the customer at the focal point of every decision that you make. This could be a decision at the product level, this could be a decision at the customer service level, it could be a decision with respect to pricing. All facets of decision making, you need to make sure that you always focus on the customer and put the customer first.
Yeah, just to, I guess, extend on what Nda has been saying. It's in the name itself, customer centricity. You keep the customer at the center. So every decision that's made, you always just retain the customer there in the middle. And all the innovations you do, you think of it from a customer success point of view. And I think we'll speak further about that, of how everything that is designed, all the products that are created, decisions that are made, it's all thought of all the way to the customer success. Is the customer successful in what they're doing? We track it all the way up to there. So that's what it means to be customer centric.
So for us, it really starts with the ideation phase, whether we want to release a new feature or we want to release a new product. The very first thing that we try to ascertain is this something that the customer actually wants? So this means us going out into the market and either speaking to potential customers or speaking to existing customers, either through voice conversations over the phone or actually sending out surveys that they complete, with the purpose of actually finding out, okay, cool, if we were to roll this product out, A, is this something that you'd want, yes or no? B, if it is, in what form would you want it in? And I think what this assists us with doing is making sure that if we actually do go down that path of providing that product or feature, it's actually catered and tailored towards the actual needs of the customer. Because it's one thing to make assumptions of what those actual needs are of the customer, and it's another thing to actually find out what those actual needs are. And you'll find that there's actually a big disparity between what you think that the customer wants versus what they actually want. So for us, the very first thing that we always do is find out, is this actually what the customer wants? And the whole business is actually rooted in design thinking. So when we came up with the concept of Pineapple, it was through design thinking and the various steps of design thinking. And you'll know that design thinking always puts the customer first. So that's remained a part of our ethos since day one.
So as mentioned earlier, everything implemented, we track all the way up to the customer success. It's not just a matter of creating something, be it a campaign, be it a piece of technology or whatever, and just putting it out there, and then from there it's like, it works, it's good enough. We actually track whether customers are using it and whether they're using it successfully. We do that across the board, from the marketing department to the data team to the dev team, where we obviously reside. So it's really ensuring that everything that is done from a customer point of view is observed, it's watched, it's tracked, and we're ensuring that they are successful in their endeavor interacting with any of our Pineapple platforms.
You never want to make assumptions. You never want to assume that all customers are the same. For instance, there's some customers who are more proficient when it comes to online channels versus others. the other customers who require a bit more hand-holding to get them across the finish line. And in our experience, what we've seen is that the more younger demographic, they are more comfortable with doing the online journey end-to-end by themselves. But with the older demographic, they can do the online journey up until a certain point, but then they typically prefer somebody to call them and hold their hand and take them across the finish line. And it's not to say that they fear technology or that they aren't proficient in technology, but they prefer to hear a human voice and actually be able to ask questions in real time. So I think it's important to always make sure that you have various channels open that can cater to the different needs of these different kinds of customers.
Okay, cool. So on my side, I think when it comes to the dev team, I'm more managing on the tech support side, more than anything. So that team is inherently responsible for assisting issues that internally the sales team or maybe the key account team would run into when trying to service customers. And they are responsible for tracking those errors as well, and just ensuring that the issues are resolved quickly so that the customer can have a smooth experience. And what we do is we monitor all these issues from all various channels. And we service teams which operate across various channels. We have the sales team who are operating on the dialer, and then you've got the key accounts team who are operating on our chat interface. And these are customers who are interfacing with our products on various platforms, but the tech support team is looking at all of them. And daily they are tracking all the issues that come up. They are creating tickets, servicing them into the dev team, which team then comes in and takes over to ensure the solving of those. But we keep like daily reports, and we are working very closely with our partners as well to ensure that we keep those integration errors down and just ensuring a smooth experience for customers across all the various platforms that they can interact with us. So that's how we do it from a tech support point of view.
Yeah, so my team is largely responsible for the development of all client-facing platforms, so be it the mobile app, our web platform, and so forth. They're responsible with developing features or fixing bugs or optimizations that speak to these platforms. And one unique thing that we've done is that when developers are assigned features that they have to work on, once that feature is completed, tested, and shipped, we don't believe in the developer just taking a step back and moving on to the next. What we rather do is that we take that feature that they've built and then we assign it to them in what we call their area of responsibility, which means that from that point onwards, once that feature is live, on a weekly basis, they need to report to us with respect to the metrics of that feature, and not limited only to whether it is working or not, but rather is it working from a customer success point of view. And I'll give you an example. Let's say somebody is tasked with a feature of being able to, implementing the ability to pay for your premiums using cryptocurrency, right? And they complete this feature. It's not enough whether that feature works or not, but we actually start to look at metrics in terms of, okay, what's the drop-off like at that page when somebody has to put in the crypto wallet details? Are people dropping off because they don't know that crypto wallet details off by heart? If they are, what can we do to improve that and make it more seamless for them to have access to that crypto information such that they don't drop off? So you can see that this goes a step further than something just working or not. It's a matter of, okay, cool, it's working, but in terms of customer success, is it working there as well? So we do that on a weekly basis, and it's really awesome because we can actually see in real time whether these features are actually being successfully used by customers or not, and it allows us to tweak where necessary. Visit www.pineapple.co.za and get a quote, not tomorrow, not yesterday, right now.
In under 90 seconds.